He comes from a small village, and he faced prejudice and discrimination in his education. But if you see this participant, you'll see his get-up-and-go attitude. He's bouncing around everywhere, very fit, very strong. And this get-up-and-go attitude led him to leave his village, go to Kathmandu, and pursue higher education and university studies. But it doesn't stop there. I'm trying to remember his long list of credentials. Let's see. He is a national cricketer. He is also he's also a blind cricket instructor. He is pursuing his studies, but also he is teaching Braille to children and orientation skills. And I forgot to tell you something else. He is the first blind person from his village and region and area to go to university. And he is one of the few, even among the sighted, to go to university, and he has exceeded expectations. And he is here today, again, to exceed expectations. I welcome Chhitup Lama from Singapore.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Can you imagine the following scene? A small and beautiful valley, the fast flowing river at the bottom, and the mountains, Himalayas, are covered with snows. And the sky is blue. The birds are flying around and singing. The flowers are blooming. And the class in this school is going under a huge tree. Children are seated on the rocks. They are reading and writing on the small wooden board placed on their lap. And look at the teachers. He is writing something on the huge blackboard nailed on the tree. Ladies and gentlemen, it was the situation in my school where I studied. You might think it was amazing and romantic. But for us, it was not romantic. Because there was school, but only one room for office. No classroom, no furnitures. And teachers were not motivated, qualified enough. And students were there, but not textbook, not notebook, pencils. Rather, we use wooden board to write and read. And especially for me, as a partially sighted child, it was rather damn struggle. Because I could hardly see, I could hardly read and write what other students were doing and what the teachers were writing on the blackboard. Because of the poor eyesight I had. And no one in the school knew about the Braille system, about the special education for the children with visually impaired. Not only in my school, but entire district. That's why I want to set up a preparatory school for blind and partially sighted children in my home district, Humla. Let me tell you something about Humla. Humla is one of the most remote, backward and undeveloped districts in northwestern part of Nepal, bordered with Tibet, which is reachable only by foot and small aircraft, twin otter. You have to walk for 15 to 20 days to reach to the nearest bus station, or you have to take flight to reach to other cities, other parts of the country, and it is highly expensive for the general people of Humla. So the health situation in the district is also not satisfactory at all. There is only one government hospital taking care of more than 75,000 population of Humla. And there are very few educational institutes. So far we have only one higher secondary school. And when you come to the literacy rate, Humla has the lowest rate in the district. Female literacy rate 6.8 and male 35.7%. 60% of children never go to school because of poverty, lack of awareness, and lack of infrastructures. So, poverty, malnutrition, and the food crisis are affecting the general life of Humla. Most of the people in Humla, they are farmers, and 87% of people live below the poverty line. They grow food only for 3 to 4 months in a year. Rest of the year they have to live on the food shortages. There are some organizations like UN, World Food Organization. They provide food, salt, and other daily use things, and they are flown by the helicopter to the different parts of the district, and it's highly costly, expensive. And it is not the long-term solution to the problem. Since poverty and disability are interlinked to each other, it is believed that there are a huge number of persons with disability. Unfortunately, no research and need assessment has been done in the region like Humla. No project, no organizations working in the field of person with disability. And no person with disability has access to special training and livelihood and special education. In this matter, I was quite fortunate that I completed my study, despite the fact there were lots of problems to acquire education during my schooling. I was born in a middle-class family in a small village in the lap of beautiful Himalayas, and it was nice. But once you talk about education, training, then it was horrible, as I told you in the beginning. However, I completed my school living certificate, SLC. Generally, it is taken as an iron gate in the journey of Nepali education. And I was very happy. It was in 2002. I was excited, but later on, the excitement, the happiness it didn't exist for long. Because I wanted to continue my study, but I came to know that in the entire district there was no higher education center. So I had to stop my study over there. And to go to other parts of the country, it was quite expensive for us. And I didn't really know how to study because I have to depend on only the class, on lectures. I couldn't see the normal field. That's why I was wondering what to do and what not to do after 2002. Then, luckily, there was a bit, good environment that my parents were always encouraging me to do something. Then I formed a group, a small forum in the village with my friends, and we worked to preserve local traditional cultures and to promote modern games, sport and music for the performance of the new generation of the community. I worked there for 2 years. We built up a small pond for cattle to access water because we had a water problem. Then we managed to collect some of traditional clothes and musical instruments. And we also managed to convince some of parents to send their children to the school. But the problem again came. I couldn't continue this work also because of the armed conflict between Maoists and the government of Nepal. And our work was highly affected. We had to ask them for each and everything. Then I really didn't feel comfortable to work. I talked to my father in 2004, saying I wanted to continue my study, I want to go to Kathmandu. Because I couldn't work here anymore now. And he agreed to support my education. I came to Kathmandu in the beginning of 2005. When I came there, I found the situation completely different. I didn't know how to speak even the Nepali because I used to speak my mother tongue. And English was so far away. I don't know. Because in my, I learned ABCD in class 8. I don't know how to identify capital and small letter until my grade 8. And access to computer, this was also the a story like fictional world. But when I came to know an organization called Nepal Blind Association, NLB, I saw some blind people using computer, reading and writing something else. Actually, that something else was Braille. I came to know, and I even learned them. Computer with screen reader and Braille system. After 6 months training, I shifted to another organization called Technical Skill Development Center for Blind and Disabled, where I acquired soft skill in office management, secretary, and English language. Luckily, after 6 months training in the center, I was employed there as a Braille teacher.
Wow.
How fortunate I am. You see? Actually, after 1 year, when I came to Kathmandu, I learned computer, I learned Braille, and I was employed in some same subject. And I got an opportunity to teach blind and sighted, partially sighted children with Braille, mobility, and daily living skills. I also teach to blind people the same subject for almost 4 years in the center. And this job helped me to dream to do something for the same person like me, you know, person with disability. And I also decided to do something for my district because no person knows about the blindness and the possibility for disabled people. And I came to know about this wonderful iise, Institute iise, and applied for that. I succeeded. And during that job, I registered an organization called Development Center for Blind and Disabled, and now it is going to change into HAID Nepal. HAID stands for Himalayan Education and Development. So now my dream is clear, it has got clear shape and size. So that is a preparatory school for blind and partially sighted children in Humla. The main objective of this school, it is almost like BWB school, and I am also going to apply some of the concept of BWB, like self-integration and the Braille, Tibetan Braille, which was developed by Sabret Chandrakhan. She's here. So the main objective of the center is to prepare blind and partially sighted children for self-integration. The main curriculum, it includes orientation and mobility, social interaction and communication, Braille, reading, writing, especially in 3 languages, Nepali, English, and Tibetan Braille for the student who belongs to Tibetan ethnic group, and confident building skill, daily living skills, development of senses, visual, tactile, and auditory, and games, sport, and musical activities, and also general knowledge. So, after the completion of the course in the preparatory school, the HAID Preparatory School sees a Humla, which is known as successful integration of blind and partially sighted children. We see the children who are going to an integrated school with their sighted mates. We see the children who are reading and writing confidently using their Braille equipment, not like me, using that wooden board. And we see the children who are walking around using their white pen. And we see the children who are playing games, sport, involving musical and cultural performance. We see the children even riding on a horseback. And we see the children on the top of the tree, not under the tree. Thank you very much.